guys, I want to talk a little bit. Oh, covered in my. I just wanted to. Okay. Wanted to go over the simplicity of crank balance factor. It's very simple. Just out of interest, though, I wanted to show you guys this. This is an old, original, 2002, whatever it was, yeah, around 2002, 2003, whatever, original crank. No holes drilled, bolted on weights, a little heavier. Nineteen 19 mil thick, these weights, a little thicker, takes up some more case volume. Very interesting. I don't know if you can see it. Crowded bearings. Yeah, but why they did this, I don't know. Bro, excuse me. Okay, so you see that? The biggest problem with these cranks, and everybody started complaining in the early 2000s, oh, the motor shakes, it vibrates like a son of a bitch. Yeah, no kidding. Not even the weight of the rod is accounted for in the rotation, in the weight of the crank or the rotational mass. The rotational mass offsets absolutely none of the reciprocating mass. Right? You can see that the rod pulls to the bottom. Shame, because it wasn't really all that bad a crank, but whatever. As I said, more out of interest than anything. So what they did, late model cranks, they went to a single piece rather than the bolted on weights, which was cool. You would think that with machining they would end up with a better product, but no, unfortunately not. What the heck happened here? So, next one. This is a ZAE80 rod, right? With these, all the later model cranks, this is pretty common, ZAE80 rod. Pretty cool. Why the fuck did I got so much flow? Good. You can see the rod, the weight of the rod is already accounted for in the rotational mass, in the weight of the crank, right? In the rotational mass. So that bit of weight, the hung weight there, is already accounted for, right? It's offset. But you still have to account for the whole piston assembly, piston rings, clips, bearing, rod, or wrist pin, whatever you want to call it, complete, right? So for this crank to be able to hang any weight off here to start offsetting the weight of that reciprocating mass, you need to lighten it, right? So we drill holes, and when we drill the holes, then you get to offset, because you end up with more weight over here. You get to offset the weight of that piston, right? All these stock cranks like I said, ZAE 80. That's a mouthful. This is the next one I'm doing for myself. It's a FM long rod. Same thing. This weight of the rod is accounted for already, right? I can't hang any weight off it because that's not, you know what I mean? That's not accounting for anything. So again, it's got to be drilled so I can hang weight to start beginning to offset the weight of this. Right? Now, hold on a second. I got one here. I just drilled. Hopefully y'all can still see. Okay, so as you can see, there's a hole already drilled in this one, right? I already have a balance hole drilled in the center. I start out with a small pilot hole, then I go up, you know, like twice the size of the pilot. I check the weight. I see how much weight I can hang and achieve a static balance again, right? To see how much that hung weight is going to offset this weight, the reciprocating mass. Okay, so you can see now, obviously the rod is no longer pulling down, or is it able to stop anywhere, right? So now the rod is light, so I can hang weight off here now. Hang the weight again, I should be able to stop anywhere, right, in that rotation to achieve that static balance again, right? So that's not perfect. Not really. It's close enough for what I want to show here. So I take this. Oops. $47.6 grams, right? 47.6 grams. Excuse me.
too.
Okay, so I get 29.6 grams, right? With the complete reciprocating mass. I got 133. So if I take now, what was it, 47.7? The 47.7 divided by 133 times 100 leaves me around 35% balance factor, right? So that's not bad. That'll get me up 9 grandish, something like that. And does it completely cure vibrations? No. What it does is shifts that sweet spot, or where the engine is running the smoothest, up to suit the RPM range that you want to use, by having a better balance between the rotational and the reciprocating mass. All right.